Good morning out there, Jeff the Social AIMC Health Solutions. We are live here in Chitchwit State Park here on a mid-February morning. It is nice, a little balmy here in Massachusetts. As you can see, all that wonderful snow and ice that we had is gone, mostly gone. I love it. So a lot of people on the path today, walking and running and biking, which is nice to see. We'll enjoy it while it lasts, right? So this week I like to talk a little bit of a diet tip and some facts and figures. How would you like some facts and figures, right? I always love facts, right? So what I want to go through first is, about eating naturally and natural foods, right? So we always talk about diet and what's the right foods to eat. So I'll start off with that. As you probably know, eating off the land is probably the best, right? So I'm going to start with salmon. Salmon is awesome. It's great for your heart health, as well as it helps fight depression. Awesome food. Walnuts are awesome. Raspberries are like the best fruit you could ever eat. Of all the fruits, has the most antioxidants. Very, very healthy. Lentils. Lentils are awesome. You ever hear this old story about lentil soup? My grandmother on New Year's Day always used to say, let's have some lentil soup. It'll make you lots of money, right? Isn't that awesome when she says that? I love it. And then, of course, avocado. You ever hear the joke with Tom Brady with avocado ice cream? He may be onto something, right? He must be onto something about avocado. Chocolate, dark chocolate. Not milk chocolate, but dark chocolate. Very healthy. Believe it or not, dark chocolate, because it's pure, it's good for you. Awesome stuff. So there's a lot of foods out there. There's many others, but usually it's off the land. But here we go. Let's go over what you probably are waiting for. What are the most healthy countries out there, and what country is the unhealthiest country? I'll leave the drama to the unhealthiest country to the end. Now, Singapore. A lot of Asian food generally is very light. The only thing with Asian food is, white rice. You always say about white foods, white flour, white rice. But otherwise, Singapore is one of the healthiest countries. Australia is very healthy. They eat a lot off the land in Australia. No, they don't shoot down kangaroos, but they do eat a lot healthier. They buy food daily. That's kind of a European spirit. Japan is very healthy. You ever see Japanese food is very light. They do steak, but it's usually pure steak. It's good stuff, less fat. Very low fat type of steak is really good. So let's move over to Europe. Now, a lot of the European countries are well represented when it comes to the healthiest countries. Now, I went to Europe. I did a lot of business in Europe over the years. And I remember one day I was in a meeting, and one of the people said, I got to stop at the store to pick up dinner. Now, the American in me thinks fast food. Was it McDonald's, Burger King? No. A lot of Europeans actually stop at the supermarket to buy food fresh, to make a fresh dinner every night. So, how about those countries? Switzerland, very healthy with their food. They eat very healthy all the time. All right, Spain. Spain is actually one of the top places. Spanish food is generally very light. There's a lot of sauces, but Spain is a really good country. I'm going to try to do the lighting here. The sun's coming out. Spain is really good as far as eating healthy. Italy. How about Italy? My own Italiano, right? You're like, what? Pasta? They eat pasta all the time. No, Italy is, and I know from growing up as an Italian American, we eat food fresh. My grandma used to make the macaroni fresh. She didn't buy it from the store. She didn't buy it there, right? And of course, lots of salads, eggplant, and all. Italian food, beautiful. Iceland, yes, Iceland. I went to Iceland a couple of years ago. You're like, what? They eat lamb. Isn't lamb fattening? But Icelandic food is very light. And Iceland, in a lot of these countries, it's not necessarily always the food that they eat, but they eat mostly off the land, and that's the difference. They eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course, when you eat meat, they eat fresh. It's not farmed to his family. It's a lot of wild salmon, the cows, all that stuff is wild out there. So these are a lot of the countries. Now, France, Germany, England get honorable mention, but honestly, those countries are a little bit, Americanized. And that's going to lead to my last question. What is the most unhealthy country when it comes to diet? We're here. United States of America. By far the unhealthiest country in the world. Now you're thinking about all the fast food, prepared foods they eat. We're always on the go. We just don't have time. We're not just dedicated. I hate to say it, and I hate to be a negative Nelly here, but the United States has an issue, and it has an obesity issue, right? Didn't I hear something around 40% are overly obese? Unbelievable for a country. You go to a place like Italy or Spain or Switzerland or even Austria, you notice a lot of people are pretty slim. What they do is they eat the healthy foods, they eat from the ground, they do a lot more walking, but we're a fast food society here in the United States. Unfortunately, we're into the, I gotta drive through the McDonald's drive-through on the way home from work, eat some fattening fries and a fattening burger that's not even real meat. And that's where we are. Or we stop at the supermarket, pick up a TV dinner, throw it in the microwave, and then we eat. We don't dedicate enough time to making the meals the right way, which a lot of these other countries do. The countries in Southeast Asia, we mentioned Singapore, Japan, Australia, and then we move ourselves over to Europe, mostly Western Europe, where a lot of people really take the time to make the right foods the right way, wild and all that. So I gave you a lot of information today. We talked about some of the natural foods that you can eat. A lot of those foods are really for snacks. I think they're great snack foods. Not so have raspberries for dinner. But really, and then my lasting part is, and this is a TLS tip about, you got to eat on a regular basis every 3 or 4 hours. And walnuts, lentil soup, raspberries, anything avocado based, salmon. If you want to have a little piece of salmon, it's always good to eat those foods initially, and then top it off with a little dark chocolate, and you'll be healthy. Have a great week. Enjoy the day. If you're here in Massachusetts, New England area, get your butt outside and do some walking. All right, take